I think winning is a point of pride to me. That's why we play the game. And I got to find ways to lead our team to victories. It's not something that's foreign to us. We're just not able to do it at the moment. And it starts with me and how I play, how I lead, and how I go out there and do my job. So when I look at it, at any point, it's about how I respond to a test, how I respond to it, and what level of resilience and resolve I have to push forward and figure things out.
No words. Simply no words. That game made my eyes bleed for 4.5 quarters. This team stinks and they are horrendous. Well, let's get into it. Welcome to Fourth and Chill. Eagles lose another close game, 22-19 in overtime to the Los Angeles Chargers on Monday night, bringing their regular season record to 8-5, and they are now toting a 3-game losing streak. And that NFC East lead is getting even more thin as the season comes to a close. Y'all, let's just get this out the way. Jalen Hurts was so bad on Monday night. I mean, bro, what was that? That was hands down Jalen's worst game as an NFL pro. Not even up for debate. The decision making really made me question him during the game. And I rarely do that. Like, it got so bad at one point that every time he received the snap, I would wince every time he threw the ball. And that pains my soul. I didn't think Hurts could perform any worse than his 2023 performance against the New York Jets, but we have reached a new low. Jalen was pressing all game, and what frustrates me the most is that he wasn't taking the easy reads. Easy reads sometimes lead to bigger gains, and Jalen was making the game harder for himself. That hero ball is what killed us in 2023, and we're seeing it again in 2025. Jalen has been pretty mid since the bye week, and if we are being honest, if the Eagles want any chance of going far in the playoffs, Jalen has to elevate himself and be better. Plain and simple. And AJ, catch the ball, dog. A.J. Brown dropped a potential game-winning touchdown pass from Jalen in the fourth quarter, and these are the type of mistakes that I'm talking about. These mistakes the Eagles cannot afford to have right now. But I do appreciate A.J.'s comments about his performance after the game. Take a listen.
Been more than capable to make that kick. And that last one in the end zone, he just made a play for the right time, man. And that one hurt the most, because, we've been setting things up all game. And that one hurt me. That one hurt. No more than capable of making those plays. Or Jalen trust me in a situation.
Accountability, I love it. That's what I expect from a captain and a veteran on this team. On the bright side, Jalen Hurts doesn't have many games like this often. And again, he's been pretty clean all season when it comes to the turnovers. So games like the one he had on Monday night shouldn't worry you too much because he's been pretty safe with the ball in most games. In my opinion, Jalen's performance is a byproduct of an overall bad scheme and design. There were a couple of wild throws from Jalen in this game, especially that third and long throw in overtime to Devontae Smith. That was an elite level throw, and what irks my soul is that Jalen can make this throw often. If, number one, the coaching staff can call plays that can exploit the arm talent that he has, and two, that same coaching staff can tell him to make that type of throw. Coach it out of him. That type of thing will probably be a point of emphasis in the offseason. Given it's being so late in the season, they'll probably just ride it out right now and try to put Jalen in advantageous matchups the best way they can. But that is something that we need to work on going into 2026. The coaching staff simply just needs to tell Jalen to trust what he sees and to trust his arm talent because he has elite level talent, plain and simple. I think maybe 7 or 8 times throughout the broadcast, Troy Aikman mentioned that the Eagles wide receivers simply weren't getting any separations on the routes. And that clearly means to me that the designs of the routes are poor. Also, Jalen was functioning under center well, but as you guessed it, Nick and Kevin Patullo saw it working well and they completely went away with it during the game. I really don't understand this dude's thought process at all, y'all. Help me understand. If y'all understand what Nick Sirianni is doing, let me know in the comments below. And as we know, prior to the game, Nick was more involved than usual in the game planning. But here's what he had to say about the loss from Monday night.
I think, that one stings. That one stings. And I think at the end of the day, we had some turnovers in this game, uncharacteristic of ourselves. And, at the end, every time it's going to come down to coaching well enough and executing well enough. I thought the defense did a lot of good things. I thought the offense moved the ball on a really good defense, but, we didn't finish. Kicked a lot of field goals, and had some turnovers. So hard to beat a team on the road when you're not finishing drives and getting 3 points. And I gotta take that on myself.
Eagles have an issue with Hurts and Kevin Patullo, in my opinion, but the even bigger issue is that this is Nick's offense. It's simply not a sustainable working offense anymore. And the bigger issue with that is that Nick doesn't have a competent offensive mind to create new ways to win. This offense sucks right now, and that's why you're seeing the Eagles, as talented as they are, constantly in dogfight battles. But on a brighter note, Saquon was good. Saquon was really effective in this game. 20 carries, 122 yards, and a touchdown. The longest run of the day came on that 52-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter. Look, in my opinion, Saquon was finding daylight often when he ran to the left side of the line. Getting the run game going will be crucial during these next 4 games, y'all. I've been preaching the Eagles needing to have to find the balance in order to succeed, and Saquon having a game like he did on Monday night is very encouraging. Now, to the defense. Now, the defense deserves some criticism for their play during the Dallas and Chicago games, but they were simply outstanding against LA. Now, I know that offensive series from the Chargers kind of made you pause a little bit because they lost containment on the running backs and they gave up a touchdown. But the pressure from the defensive line after the adjustment from Vic Fangio was some of the best I've seen since the Super Bowl. Jordan Davis, Jaelan Phillips, Nakobe Dean were all wrecking the offensive line from the Chargers all night, and they were playing outstanding football. Shout out to Quinyon and DeJean as well. I really think these 2 young men will be all pros this season because they can cover pretty much anybody, and they've been pretty shut down all year in their second year as pros. 7 recorded sacks for the defense. And Adoree Jackson? Bro, I had his best game as a Philadelphia Eagle on Monday night. I can't even hate. Kudos to him. This is a championship level defense, 100%. Despite how putrid the offense is right now, the defense is keeping these games pretty close, and I am grateful. Hats off to them for another stellar performance on Monday night. And very quickly, Jake Elliott needs to get it together. Now, I know that they had some issues with the long snapper. One got hurt, and then a new one came in. But Jake has been killing us lately, and he's under contract until 2028. So hopefully he gets it right, because I think deep down in my heart, the Eagles might need to find a new kicker. I hope I'm wrong. But some good news on that injury front. Right tackle Lane Johnson is on track to play on Sunday against the Las Vegas Raiders. Lane's presence has been missed. The Eagles are currently 0-3 this season when Lane is out. On a bigger note, since Johnson's rookie season, look at this. The Eagles are 120, 62, and 1 at the 183 games he has played in. Now, I think it's safe to say that he's probably the most important piece on that offensive line. Lane is a Hall of Famer. There's no other way to slice it. And he's crucial to what the Eagles want to do on offense, especially that offensive line. So getting him back for these last several games will be huge. The Eagles will host the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday, and when I tell you this is a must-win game, man. Now, it has been reported that Raiders starting quarterback Geno Smith will not be able to play due to a shoulder injury. So it looks like we'll be seeing Kenny Pickett being in line to start on Sunday. Look, this is a game the Eagles should win and will win, in my opinion. I think this is a game that you can get your mojo and confidence back. Now, everything that wasn't working well the last 3 weeks, this is a game where you can kind of work the kinks out, exploit the good things of the offense, and let's try to minimize the penalties, please. The NFC East lead is dwindling. Like I mentioned before, Dallas is lurking. They are playing some good ball on offense, and the Eagles cannot allow this historic collapse to continue. One last thing, Jalen, we believe in you, dog. Just get back to your winning ways, man. Shake off that nasty performance. I know what type of quarterback you're in, despite what the naysayers may say. I know that you can play an elite level game every game because you are a reigning Super Bowl MVP. People seem to forget that, but I didn't. Thank you all for tuning in. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all Eagles related news. Until next time, fly Eagles fly.